Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront beta video. I know, like I said, that the beta ended Tuesday and I'm still pumping these videos out, and I know that these next two keys to success videos aren't going to really help much right now while the beta's not out, but I think they will when the game launches. So we're going to be discussing how to succeed for both sides in Walker Assault. And yes guys, I know Walker Assault for the Rebel side is incredibly imbalanced, but I'm going to say this, not completely. I probably, out of the 20-something games that I played for Walker Assault, I think I won close to half of them. I know it's not a good ratio, but if you play it right, and you have the right teammates, it's not entirely possible to win with the Rebel side, but we're going to get into that later, because I want to first get into how to succeed with the Imperials. So the Imperials are defending, and the objective for them is to get the walkers to the end of the thing so they can destroy the Rebel base. So when you're an Imperial and you spawn in Hoth, what should you do? Well, let's look at the power-ups. We got Vader, who is an incredibly important asset. You have the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor. You have various turrets. You have the ability to pilot an ATST until it gets taken down, and you have the ability to pilot an AT-AT when the gunner, of course, when the ability comes up. I cannot stress it enough, guys. If you see a power-up in front of you, use it. Because odds are, unless you're flying a plane, which is, I'm not gonna lie, the flying in this game is kind of funky right now. Maybe just because I'm used to BF4 or BF3, but I haven't gotten used to it, and I'm not very good at flying. But hopefully, it'll grow on me. But yeah, guys, if you have any of the power-ups I just discussed, minus the planes, use it. There's no reason why you should be walking past the power-up with an AT-AT or ATST or Vader on it. There's no reason. If you get the power-up, odds are you're gonna at least rack up 5 kills, because the AT-AT is the most. It's impossible to not get a kill with the AT-AT. You must visually be blind to not be able to get a kill with that thing, because there's 3 different weapons. You got the small chain gun, you got the big cannon, and you got the smaller cannons. Not to mention the ability to call an airstrike, which does an insane amount of damage if you target the right area. But I myself, like the first time I got an AT-AT, didn't know how to use it. I think I went on like a 15 kill streak. The ATST is so good too. Like, I mean, it's easier to take down obviously because it's not as big, but you can easily get like 3 to 5 kills your first time in the ATST. And the Vader power-up is just, it's Vader. You can't say enough. It means he's got Force Choke, lightsaber dash, he can jump, he's got lightsaber throw. I can't stress enough, utilize the power-ups on the field. They're there for a reason. They're there to help you get more kills, especially for you newcomers who've never played Battlefront before in the past and are getting used to the series and having troubles. Use the pickups to your advantage. Use them to get yourself going and establish a decent KD for yourself if that's what you're worried about. But yeah, so tip number 1, utilize all power-ups. That'll help you push back Rebel forces, and it's going to fit into my main key here, which is make sure the 2 comms or radio stations that the Rebels have to power up, make sure those are off at all times. If they get powered on, fight your way to them for the killstreak power up. Have guys follow you. Make sure those are off. The longer those comms are off, the harder it'll be for the Rebels to call in the Y-wing bombing run, which will take down your AT-AT's shield. So you want to utilize the power-ups. Keep the MCOM stations down at all times, as much as possible. Keep them down. Now this is where this comes. When the what to do when your shield's down for the AT-AT, and this is another thing. Power-ups. When the shield's down with the AT-AT, if you're using the gunner with the AT-AT and you're using the ATST and someone's got a Vader, it is going to be a pain in the ass to get open, to get shots off on the AT-AT. Really, the only people that should be able to get shots off are the Rebel fighters, because you're gonna have ATST cannons shooting them, AT-AT cannons shooting these Rebels. I know from my personal point of view, I've had so much trouble getting in and shooting an AT-AT because it sees me from afar and it kills me, or an ATST is guarding I know the one walker on the right is going to take a lot of damage because there's not much defense over there, but you want to focus as much as you can on killing rebel soldiers when your shields are down. And the more soldiers you kill, the harder it's going to be for them to establish any damage. If you can keep your AT-ATs under 25% damage after the first barricade, you're in good hands to pretty much win the game no matter what, because after the second one, it gets tough and tough. So, yeah, guys. At all times, utilize power-ups. When AT-AT's shields are down, you want to bombard the enemy. Just no mercy. And my tip number 3 for Walker Assault is going to be use long-range weapons. The E11 was my best class loadout, for my personal opinion. That's a great gun for Walker Assault because it's got a lot of high damage and a low fire rate, so you don't have to worry about missing your target from long range. Roll out the cycle rifle, that'll do some massive damage to you. And use that Vader kill streak. You can jump high and get behind enemy. Flanking works very well in Walker Assault. You can do it a lot. I've done it pretty well. But, yeah. So that's it, guys, for the Imperial side. We're going to move over to the Rebels. And this is a little bit more complex because there are so many factors that are against the Rebels that makes it so much tougher to win. Now, it's going to be completely opposite, but something different. So when you spawn in, I think the Rebels have a quick chance of being able to upgrade, or not upgrade, but arm the radio beacons or MCOMs wherever they are before the Rebels, or before the Imperials get in. The Rebels have a certain amount of time. You want to keep these comms up as quickly as possible. Get them up as quickly as possible, but keep them on for as long as you can. The longer your MCOMs are on, the quicker the Y-Wings are going to come in and take out the AT-AT's defenses. And the quicker you do that, the longer that duration for that that segment will be until it gets to the second spot, and then the AT-AT will get some massive damage. If you can do more than 30 to 40% damage per AT-AT in the first thing, you're already well on your way to having a good chance of winning with the Rebels. That's key right there. You want to do so keep your MCOMs on. When the Y-Wings take out the shields, everybody else, unless you're getting attacked by somebody else, your gunfire should be focused on the AT-AT. If you're a Rebel fighter, shoot at the AT-AT, because the Rebel fighters do massive damage. If you're a Rebel, get on one of the mini turrets. I wouldn't recommend charging Luke Skywalker, because if he gets near the field, he'll get crunched on, and that's not very good for him. But yeah, stay away from the AT-AT with a Luke Skywalker, because that's not gonna do much. But if you had to find the turrets, any of the turrets on the field will do massive damage to the AT-AT. And then you could just gun in there as long as possible until the AT-AT cuts you off, because eventually they will when they see you firing. But the E11 does massive damage because it's got a high damage. The cycle rifle, key, 5% AT-AT damage per shot. Now, you shoot 5 times, 5 times 5, 25. That's 25 damage you've done from one rifle. So much. What I do is I do the give and go. I shoot my E11 at the AT-AT until the E11, the energy gets too high and the gun needs to cool down. And while it's cooling down, I shoot the cycle rifle. By the time that happens, my main weapon is back to cool again. I keep shooting that until it gets cool, and then I keep doing that recycle process until eventually the shields go back up to the AT-AT. And if I did that right, times how many people are in the game, you should be easily to do 40 damage on the AT-ATs. And make sure you have an even amount of guys that's shooting at both of them, because it's not going to do shit if you don't. And then, can't stress it enough, just like I said about the Imperials, utilize your field upgrades. You're going to have smart rockets. You're going to have the special grenades. You're going to have the thermal imploder, which is a pain in the ass to get stuck in. It literally, it's I think like the gravity of it like pulls you in, and it's just such a really bad thing to get caught in. The smart rocket is very important because it does massive damage to the AT-ST, which is going to get to my next point. Whenever you see an AT-ST or Vader on the ground, direct all your damage to all your gunfire to them. If the AT, as long as the AT-AT shields are up and these guys are on the ground, you want to take them out first, because nothing is more annoying than when you're trying to take out and arm the base or arm the MCOMs, and you have to worry about the walkers taking you out. And if you don't take them out, they're gonna wipe out your entire team because they can do that. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to take them down. Same with Vader. If you have a lot of guys shooting at Vader and force him where he has to just keep deflecting, eventually he's gonna get taken down. So I said it again. When your AT-AT's shields are like when you're waiting for them to get down, and your MCOMs are up, the first thing whenever you see them using a power up, Vader, AT-ST, take them down first because the more they are on the field, the more it's gonna affect you. You don't, because I mean, that's all I can say. And number 3 for the Rebels is important teamwork. There's a lot of guys on the Rebel side who do nothing but go for kills. That's frustrating because they don't play the objectives. Walker style, yes, you can get a lot of kills. I've had 40 myself in a couple games, and granted, I was playing the objective, but the same thing for the Rebels. Even more important for them, utilize the turrets on the field. You have the plasma cannons, you have the machine guns, and you have the big ones that shoot the massive, it's like the energy burst. Those things, wow, if you get in them, you can go on a massive run with the Rebels. And especially when the AT-AT shields are down and you just direct it towards that, you're talking 30% damage from one guy in less than 30 seconds, depending on how long it takes that thing to cool down. But, yeah, guys, so if you're a Rebel, always focus on taking out the AT-STs, and the Vaders when they spawn, when the shields are down. And then as soon as that Walker's shields go down, everyone should be loading on it. The fighters, the guys, just to guarantee that Walker will go down quickly. The more damage you do per, you should be, if you can do 35 to 40 damage per the first 2, you should be good. And then last but not least, keep the MCOMs up. The quicker, or the longer they're up, the quicker your Y-Wings will come in and do some strafing runs and take those shields down, and then that'll be to give you more time to do damage to the AT-AT. I'm telling you guys, you follow that strategy, it is not impossible. I'm telling you right now, it's not impossible to lose or win as the Rebels. I've done it. I've probably won 10 Rebel matches in the base, in the beta. It can be done. And you focus all that far on the AT-AT, it can be done. It's not directly possible. And, oh, one more thing. Do not jump heck out in the open. Yes, the jump hack is for getting around the map quicker, but don't put yourself in a position where we're gonna get gunned down. Like, there's no reason. Like, it's Battlefront. You know, have fun with the game, but you don't want to die every 5 seconds because you're making stupid decisions. Stay in the trenches, stay behind cover, utilize cover. You can succeed. Aim for headshots with the cycle rifle or a mid-lower area. Take all of his damage down to 5%, and then pull out the E11 and shoot him. Accuracy counts in Walker Assault with long-range weapons. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my personal tips on how to succeed in Walker Assault. It's not impossible for Rebels. I'm telling you before, it's just it can be done with dedication, teamwork, and smartness. You can win as the Rebels. I'm sure it's going to change when the game comes out, though, because they're probably going to fix something, maybe remove the AT-STs or just give more power-ups to the, or maybe make it so the guys can do more damage to the Walkers. I don't know how they're going to patch it, but they're going to fix it eventually. So yeah, that's going to wrap up for today's video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you did enjoy the video, please say so in the comments, it's very appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow with my best tips and tricks for Drop Zone. It won't be as long because the game is just pretty straightforward. You just gotta, you know, capture the things. So it won't be as long as this one. I wanted to make sure I covered as many points as I could for this, and made it simple for you guys to, you know, put these tips and tricks into your own minds, and hopefully it'll work out for you when the game comes out. And if not, you can yell at me in the comments. I'm open to criticism. Yeah, guys, I'll be back tomorrow with Drop Zone tips and tricks, and have a great one. Bye bye.